I'm here today to give you a BTC update. As you can see, starting off here on the 1 hour chart, you can see it's all a bit choppy still, right? We're below all major moving averages straight off the bat here on the 1 hour. Now, what do we have here from the most recent dump to the downside? Testing with a lot of confidence here. Testing with a lot of confidence, as you can see from these this like 3 hours of just pure dumpage for Bitcoin. You can see we actually came down and we tested 41,000. We gave it a little tickle before bouncing up quite aggressively there from 41,000 all the way back up to 42.8, right? An 1,800 pound bounce there. If we jump straight to the midterm quickly, you can see we've actually got a bullish divergence that's formed here, correlating with the RSI as well, and that's going to be why we are having that bounce coming through there. Now, that might have played out already. So we basically, what we need to take into consideration now is Viva la Resistance, the resistance coming through there and playing out. Now, where is the resistance that we can be looking for here on the short-term time frame? It is going to be around 42,600, 700, that sort of area. We know we got rejected from 42.8, but now we know we've got this pretty strong downward sloping resistance line coming down, and we have tested that literally 3 times already. So what does that tell us? It tells us there could be a breakout scenario to the upside, and let's just take into consideration we've been trending down for a hell of a long time now. So a break to the upside is absolutely fine, right? That's absolutely fine. That's going to be something that we can be profiting from, and yeah, it's just a possibility we need to weigh up there. Now, that's obviously the most unlikely scenario at this time, just because we are in this pretty huge downtrend, and on the macro scale we're just trending down completely, right? So yeah, it is quite unlikely that we have a big break up here, but it's definitely something that we can be looking for if that is going to come to fruition there. What I would say also, we do have the price action channel and the 55 here. So if there is going to be any sort of long position here, there's actually, and also this lower high as well, there's actually quite a lot stopping us from actually coming up and seeing a completion of a measure move. When I say completion of the measure move, guys, we're going to go on the most recent uptrend like so. This is going to be the measure move that I would be looking for completion, and that would be bringing the price back up to 44,560 there. So yeah, still quite a big jump there for Bitcoin. Like another $2,000 move to the upside there, around a 4.29% gain there, if that is going to be something that we are going to be getting involved with. But to be honest with you, it's a bit iffy, right? Whereas, as I said, we're in a downtrend with all the major moving averages there. They're pretty far apart, and that's the further they are apart, guys, it basically shows the strength of the downtrend at this time. And we know, called up, we see a massive breakdown, and you can see they're really, really far apart. So we've got quite a bit of time. It indicates that we've got quite a bit of time left in this sort of downtrend, this micro downtrend coming through here. Now, that's obviously the possibility to the upside, because we like to weigh them all up, guys, just in case, because we know how scare Bitcoin can get. Now, it is a parallel channel, guys. We've got support on the lower side from that wick down to 41. If we start coming down these levels again, first things first, we're going to be testing this area where we did get, I believe, the candle body close here on the midterm, right? Forming a parallel channel from the December the 4th dump, right? Which is actually very interesting, because now that is going to be acting as a level of support, right? So for the day trade today, we need to be looking for something something along the lines of like either a bounce from this area here at around 41,200, or if we lose that area, we know we're probably either going to bounce here or break, right? And this could be really quite aggressive, so we really need to be on our toes and prepared to scalp this and take a lovely little position here. Obviously, nothing I say is financial advice, guys. Please go do your own research. I'm not here to give you trades. I'm here to teach you TA, strictly teaching, not giving. I'm giving my time, right? That's all I'm giving. But yeah, so as you can see, this is what we are going to be potentially looking for if Bitcoin is going to have that continuation to the downside, right? And to be honest, in terms of setting a lower high here, this is it's looking quite nice for a lower high and then continuation down, because you do see lower low being set, lower low being set, lower high being set, until we can get over this lower high on the short term at 43,500, that area. Until we get over that and come back down and set a higher low, then I'm not bullish, right? I'm not bullish at all on the short term until we can do some sort of scenario like this. And it basically just looks like we are going to probably do something along the lines of this, setting another lower high here, and then another lower low there. So still bearish here on the micro here, guys. So yeah, a couple of scenarios to be looking out for there. In terms of percent for this short position here, because the money is on the table for us to take, right? It's on the table for us to take. So Who are we to turn them down? In terms of a break to the downside, guys, in terms of a price prediction coming through here, it could be 37,800. Ugh, kills me to say it, but hey, money is there on the table to be taken. Around a 6.5% dump there for Bitcoin, and that is on the basis that we set a new low and on the basis that we lose 40k, right? The chance of this happening, the chance of us coming out to 41k was fairly unlikely, but we're trailing down continuously, right? The hope is falling. Bringing me onto the fear and greed index. Look at it, filthy, dirty. Everyone is really scared. Everyone's in the corner of the room shaking. They're scared. It's a crazy time for Bitcoin right now. But yeah, that's pretty much Bitcoin here covered up on the short term. Let's have a look at the RSI ever so quickly, because we did have a bullish divergence coming through yesterday, which is quite interesting. We do still have this pretty strong trend line coming down like so, guys, and that's an indication for a potential reversal point, because you can see how steep we've actually come up recently on the RSI, which is it's absolutely fine for that to be happening, because we were at that oversold sort of point, right? We're at the oversold sort of point, so we need to have that rejection coming through. Is that gonna line up pretty perfectly with the lower side of this resistance point of this parallel channel to the lower side here? Yes, probably it is, right? Yes, probably it is. We're probably going to consolidate for a bit, or even have a leg up here. Well, not a leg up, a spike up in the price. If that is going to happen, we know for a fact, even consolidation here, even consolidation here is going to bring the RSI up, right? And then we're in line to test this resistance point. So please, if you're day trading today, do not miss this area. Please be watching the RSI here, because this is very, very crucial. And the reason why I'm saying this a lot here, you can see we've rejected off this multiple times, had a little bit of a test here, but rejection is literally on the cards, right? Rejection is on the cards, and we just need to be prepared for that continuously. Right, let's have a little look at the trend cycles from yesterday that we did actually set. Did actually get invalidated, right? Get invalidated coming through there, but hey, it's not the end of the world. What we got here? This is interesting, actually. So let's get rid of that. And obviously you can see this is a trend cycle as well, guys. And obviously nothing is 100%, guys. So they don't always plan out, but it's just a piece of information we can be using. Now, obviously going from this low yesterday, we need to be taking into consideration the most recent downtrend. It's not really been that strong. It's just been a retracement from that high from this pump, right? From this pump around. Yeah, this pump around here, around 6 a.m. So this basically tells us that wasn't a lot of momentum, right? And we have actually got a bullish divergence coming through there as well, because the trend coming through on the MACD isn't actually stronger than the low that we did set on the chart, right? So that is an indication for that bullish divergence to come through again. And yes, it has played out. Now, what does that tell us in terms of trend cycles, right? It tells us that this trend cycle is not actually the most valid trend cycle at this time. So in the next downtrend, what can you expect? If we are going to talk about respecting this line, it's probably fairly unlikely that we're going to, right? I would actually expect a bit of an invalidation of this cycle, right? So that's definitely something to be looking out for there today. Whether how low we're going to go is the question. We do have horizontals coming through here, so let's bang one in there. Bang, hello, money. We've probably got a pretty dominant one coming through there as well. So these are going to be checkpoints that we are going to be looking for these trends to really get to, and see if we can see a reversal coming through there. But yeah, just another piece of information we can be using for the scalpy short term TA coming through there. Moving on to the midterm here for the old BTC coming through. We were talking about this parallel channel to the downside that has really, you can see it's actually really quite clean. It's quite clean from the December the 4th candle close all the way up. Nice reveal of resistance coming through there, coming down like so, right? If we're going to bounce here, then as I was saying on the short term, we've got a nice long position ready and waiting for us to be activating and making money from that. So we're all good there, even if it decides to pull up a bit. And to be honest with you guys, we are due to come up a bit, right? We are due to come up a bit, because the whales, if you think like a whale, you're never going to fail, right? If we jump to the longer term time frame, right, we've had literally like, it's been 6 days of pure like being sick, right? Bitcoin is in the bathroom hugging the toilet bowl after a crazy night out. It's had 6 days of illness. It needs to have one good day of picking up, right? Because if you think like a whale, you're never going to fail. And if the whales are just going to be dumping it down like this, they're going to have a pullback to get everyone feeling a bit more bullish, right? So yeah, before having the continuation down. So that's definitely something to be thinking about there. And if we are going to pump, we need to basically be ready to activate a potential long there. Nice stuff coming through there. We've still got a bullish divergence coming through on the RSI, which isn't bad. Let me pull that up a little bit. which isn't too bad, right? It is definitely something that we can be using. We have seen a bit of upwards momentum from that, but you need to take into consideration we are on the 4 hour, guys. We're on the 4 hour, and that basically tells us that there could be a bit more upwards momentum here. If that is going to happen, then it's really quite nice. It's really quite nice. What we need here is this lower high to be invalidated, as I was talking about on the short-term time frame. If we can see that get invalidated, then yes, money, cold, hard cash. We could see a bit of a micro uptrend coming through on the midterm, and that's kind of what we need here, bringing us back up to test around that $45,000 region. But please be aware, even if we do come up here, invalidate this lower high, come up, set a higher low, and then come up to this 45k level, we're probably going to find resistance at this zone. If we don't, we're probably going to come up and probably start ranging in this area again around the dreaded 46, maybe a wick up to 52, as we have been talking about, trapping us in trapping people in a potential long here, because it is looking fairly obvious for this scenario to actually play out, and you can see the resistance that does actually form from this zone to the top side. So that's another thing to be looking out for there for the future there. But yeah, just a little upwards scenario to be thinking about there. I'm going to leave that on the chart. And see how that does actually plan out for the future there, because it does look fairly achievable there and fairly predictable for the whales to be doing right now. With that being said, guys, I am short. I'm still short in this position on the longer term time frame, right? And I'm happy. I'm happy in this short, guys. As I said, I got in around this sort of area. It was on the shorter term time frame. I did get in. I actually deleted that TA now, but because I'm riding it on the long term time frame now. But I got in, and now I've basically moved my stop loss down to 44,000, right? Because this is the area for resistance and also support there. So it's definitely an area that if we actually do come up and get a candle body close above that, then I'm out. I'm chilling. It's a sign for a reversal there. And you can see here, I'm banging take profits as we are coming down. Didn't quite get this one here at 40,700. But hey, it's not the end of the world. Still riding that train. If we come up to this 44,000 sort of level there, that's where I'm going to be ending the trade there. But for now, I have taken profit multiple times. Stop loss is here, so it's absolutely fine. It's still a profitable trade at the end of the day. If we keep running down, amazing. I'm going for that 13%. I'm going for that 39,600. If not, it is what it is. It's a successful trade at the end of the day. I've already taken profit multiple times here. So yeah, it's a winner. It's a winner. It's all good. It's all good coming through there. So yeah. A couple of things to be looking out for there. In terms of where we are now here on the on the long term, let me get rid of some TA. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Now we've got the volume profile visible range showing us some support around 40,000 there, and you can see this has actually played out quite nicely before from do you remember September, the bloody September that we had coming through there, same as 2020, right? It was just a pretty awful. September's notoriously bad. It has been for a few years now. So yeah, now we're seeing potentially coming down to test this area and maybe seeing a bit of a spike to the upside, right? Now, if that is going to happen, as I was saying a minute ago, 45,000 is on the cards. 46,000 is definitely on the cards. And to be honest, if you're thinking like a whale, a bit of orca, you're going to be looking at testing that 46 and then seeing a bit of a spike down, maybe a high low being set there. But yeah, start to really panic when we lose 40k, right? When we lose 40k, I don't mean panic, guys. Calm and collected. We're calm and collected. If we start coming down like crazy, we're absolutely fine. We're looking for accumulation phases. It's fine. It's absolutely fine to be thinking like this. It's absolutely fine to be thinking like this. And yeah, if we do lose back to Tia, if we do lose 40,000, then clearly we've got 37 on the cards. You can see the resistance points that we have actually got coming through here, really quite steep and really quite aggressive in these areas, right? So yeah, just be aware. We could easily come down to these areas for Bitcoin right now, right? So let's zoom out onto the longer term time frame, because I do just want to say this chart in general, guys, it's still really quite bullish, right? We got higher lows continuously. High lows being set continuously, not really any invalidation of higher lows here. If we actually lose 39,000, this is where the first sort of sign here on the longer term time frame that we're going to have some sort of bearish momentum, right? And let's just take a step back. We set all-time highs right back in November. 69,000 near enough for Bitcoin. So let's just 69k for Bitcoin. So it's just like, Come on, it's fine to be coming back, invalidate one higher low, come down to this 28K, and then have another leg up from there, right? We can still have a range coming through here fairly easily. Literally, I was just about to draw that in. And yeah, you can see the range that we are playing in here in terms of an area that we could be looking at bouncing from here, guys. It's going to be around 34,000, that sort of area there. But yeah, interesting stuff. I would say one thing here to be looking out for is actually really crucial, because this could be a sign for a potential reversal in the price of what we're looking at now, right? Really quite crucial stuff here, guys. Let me get rid of that, and I want to keep. I think you guys could probably see it, right? So we've got this volume weighted ATR band coming through here on the weekly chart, guys. You can see how this is respected. It's been respected multiple times here, all the way up to that massive dump in May, coming down, testing that in June. We tested it again in July twice, and yet you can see. This is when Elon and Jack jumped on that B-word conference, right? You can see the momentum that we gained from that bounce there. Now, where are we? Who are we? We're bang on it right now. We've tested this over the last week, over the last day, maybe. Yeah, literally over the last day. Literally over the last day, we have come down and tested this on the weekly. And what does that tell us? That potentially tells us there could be hella big levels of support to be looking out for there. So if we do bounce like we notoriously have been, we could be in for a very nice weekend, guys. A very nice bullish weekend, bringing us up. And that's definitely something to be looking out for there for the future. But yeah, that's going to be Bitcoin covered on the short term, mid-term, and long-term for your daily update today.